What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. Just got done training, and the gym is totally empty because today is Labor Day. Yes, it's Labor Day, and I'm in the gym by myself training because that's just what I do. I mean, I like to do it. I enjoy training, and I don't like missing workouts. So I'm at the end of my post-anabolic rebound. I'm starting to rest a little bit more, letting my body recover a little more, and I had to get to the gym, plain and simple. Even though it's closed, I'm still able to train because I work here and get my workout in and get enough meals in before I come in, which is super important for me. But I want to address a few emails that I've gotten and many people that have asked me to my face, including Bruce Goes. When we did that pro-hormone video up in Rhode Island, he had actually talked about it in his story time about me, which was my leg development. What is different about my leg development this year that was so drastically different? My legs were hard, dry, the cuts were full, they were deep, they were vascular as all hell, which is not a usual thing for me. And my hamstrings and glute tie-in were hard but developed. So what did I do between 2012 and 2013 that changed all that? Because I've never been known for my great legs. I mean, I've always had okay legs, but this year they're not that big, and we'll get into why that is like that. But the conditioning, people are like, what the hell? How? I don't understand what you did. So they're asking me, so I'm going to tell you, and I've already told some of them, so here we go. The first thing that I did that improved my legs this year was I hurt my back. That's the first thing that improved my legs. I've been squatting all these years because I was die hard squat. You got to squat to be serious. You got to be squat to be hardcore. Squat, 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 squat. And you can't hit failure with your legs on a squat. Your lower back and your respiratory system will hit failure before your legs do. So your legs are never fully getting stimulated to the point where they can stimulate growth as if you were doing something like a leg press, which is what I had to move on to when I hurt my back. Now, I can go completely to failure at a leg press and not worry about getting crushed under the weights because there's a safety on the thing, but at the same time, my lower back is taken out of the movement. Without my lower back in the movement, I now am able to push through my quads, my hamstrings, and my glutes a similar way to squats, but tax all those muscles to failure, which is really what made a big difference as far as how my leg sweep looked this year, how hard and developed my glutes were, because I kind of have a flat butt to begin with that I was born with. So for me to get a bigger glute set, bigger gluteus maximus at the bottom, takes a lot of work. And my hamstrings. Now, the second thing that I did was I got deep tissue massage done for about the last 5 weeks before the show. Now, my buddy Eddie DePina, who trained me when I was younger, and some of you guys from the story times and the contests we had know who Eddie is, was doing this, and I'd say literally about 8 weeks before the competition, the Delaware, he had sent me an email. Like, hey, if you have access to a massage therapist, deep tissue myofascial release, that stuff will help the cuts come out in your legs. Let them get in there and break up all that scar tissue inside the grooves of the muscle, and it'll show more on stage. So I remember him doing it. So he's not talking out of his ass. I remember him actually doing it, and it worked way back in the day. So I started with our massage therapist, Susie, here, which I'm hoping to get her on. I mean, there's nobody here today, but hoping to get her on camera and maybe actually film a session of her doing some of the deep tissue work to my legs and my back. And I noticed after the first session, the vascularity in my legs was so different. Like the circulation in my legs and the veins and stuff were so much better that I had veins coming out of everywhere in my legs that were never there before. And it was consistent. It was there ever since she had started the deep tissue. All of a sudden I noticed, as I was training, more feathering, more cross striations, more of that deep separation that my upper body was getting, but my lower body wasn't. And I remember talking to Eric Eckenrode. He said, you're peeling down, 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 but your lower body's not getting that same kind of 3D effect that your upper body is. And he's like, it's not a body fat thing because we could pinch the fat. There's nothing there left. I'm not sure what it was. Well, neither one of us really understood that, first of all, the circulation that was in there was keeping the legs retaining water. They were keeping them bloated. So I didn't have good circulation in there due to the fact that I was training them sometimes twice a week to failure. And at the same time, the myofascia and the knots and the scar tissue that were building up were keeping my body keeping the muscle from separating enough to show those deep separations like I had in my upper body. Now, 5 weeks of that, I got on stage and I noticed it day to day to day to day. And all of a sudden, the night before the show, when I started to dry out, I looked down at my legs. I was like, holy shit. Between the going to failure on the leg press, which injuring my back was a blessing in many ways this year, and the deep tissue massage, I have a drastically different set of wheels within, I guess it would be a year's time, because, I spent some of that time dieting, so I'd say a good 7 or 8 months worth of building before I started to trim back down again. And all of a sudden I have a different set of legs to where people go, it's not even his legs. How did he get those legs on his body? We don't understand. He must have done some kind of crazy drug, or fucking he must be loaded on diuretics. And bottom line was I didn't even cramp once that whole time. So I wasn't dehydrated. So it wasn't a matter of fact that I brought my body water level down. I mean, my body fat was very low, but I didn't dehydrate myself to where I almost died to get those cuts to come in. They were coming in before I even started to pull my water out at the end. So be aware, guys. Even if you get an injury or something happens that you may say, well, this sucks, I'm not going to be able to train, I'm not going to be able to do this. It may be a blessing in disguise. Hurting my back was the best thing that happened to me. I got upper back development differently this year from having to do certain rows certain ways, and absolutely affected my leg development by getting hurt. That was a good thing. And massage therapy works. Whether people say it doesn't or doesn't, it gives you that extra little bit of sharpness that I wouldn't have had without it. Hands down, there's no doubt in my mind. And I am frequently, for the last 2 years, I get massage therapy at least once a week on my back because of the issues that I have with my back. And it keeps me mobile, it keeps me out of pain. And you know, some of you young guys may not understand it, but pain sucks. All right, and as you get older, just to be pain-free and be in the gym, sometimes you got to do these alternate therapies. Like I'm going to try acupuncture and give that a try and see how that works. Chiropractor, massage therapist, stuff like this can make a big difference as far as keeping you mobile and keeping you pain-free. So, biohackertraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.biohackertraining.com is the blog. I'm BioS3 and I approve this message, and we're Labor Day workout bicep, and we're out.